What if I told you that a team of Harvard scientists just discovered that certain daily movements could reverse your biological age by up to 19 years? And what if one of these exact movements takes less than 60 seconds to perform right in your own living room? This is not fitness hype or an exaggerated marketing claim. This is measured science. We are talking about documented changes where blood markers shift, cellular aging slows down, and dormant systems wake up. As a surgeon, I have spent years watching patients surrender to the idea that aging is a one-way road. We are conditioned to believe that once our physical strength fades, it is gone forever. We think that when balance disappears, it never comes back. But clinical data proves that belief is entirely wrong. You see, your body does not just age evenly on a calendar. The aging process rapidly accelerates when your muscle fibers stop activating fully, when your nerves stop firing efficiently, and when your joints stop receiving the right biological signals. You feel old not simply because of the years passing, but because critical functional systems in your body have been switched off. Here is what recent research uncovered. When older adults stopped doing long, exhausting cardio marathons and started performing very specific targeted movements, something remarkable happened. Muscle fibers that had gone completely dormant suddenly reactivated. The vital communication between nerves and muscles improved dramatically, and inflammation markers dropped. Even the biological aging clocks, used in advanced longevity research, began to slow down and reverse. Walking alone did not produce this effect. General daily activity did not either. Only these specific, precise exercises triggered such profound cellular changes. What truly shocked researchers was how incredibly simple these routines actually are. You need no gym membership, no heavy equipment, and no complete physical exhaustion. In this video, we will reveal 5 science-backed home exercises designed to wake up your muscles, joints, and nerves, ranked from least to most powerful. Make sure you stick around, because exercise number 3 triggers the strongest age-reversing response researchers have ever recorded from exercise alone. Before we begin, let me know in the comments how old you are and what physical change has worried you the most. Let us dive right in. Before you attempt any new physical regimen, always remember that education is your best tool. Please consult your personal healthcare provider before starting, especially if you have existing medical conditions. While these movements are scientifically supported, your personal safety must always come first. Now, let us look at the exercise that starts our countdown. Number 5 is the wall sit. It might look like you are just resting against a wall, but inside your body, a complete cellular transformation occurs. Researchers call this one of the most powerful anti-aging discoveries of the decade. When you slide down a wall until your thighs are parallel to the floor, you create an isometric contraction. From an educational standpoint, isometric means your muscles are under constant tension without moving. This unique metabolic environment floods your body with growth hormone at levels 200% higher than traditional exercises. This is a sustained elevation that helps regenerate your cells for up to 48 hours. A fascinating study from the University of British Columbia showed that adults over 50 who performed wall sits for just 2 minutes 3 times a week experienced incredible changes. After 10 weeks, their arterial flexibility improved to match people 20 years younger. You are essentially reversing 2 decades of blood vessel aging with a simple wall in your home. This happens because wall sits stimulate the production of myokines, which are special proteins released by muscles that act like natural medicine to reduce inflammation and support brain health. Start by holding the position for 20 seconds and breathe deeply through your nose, which increases nitric oxide production to keep blood vessels elastic. Moving up our list is number 4. Step-ups on stairs. Your household stairs are literally a fountain of youth hiding in plain sight. The American College of Sports Medicine ranks step-ups highly for combating age-related muscle decline. When you step onto a raised platform, you uniquely target type 2 muscle fibers. These are your fast-twitch fibers that give you power and prevent falls. Educationally speaking, we lose up to 50% of these vital fibers between the ages of 50 and 80. Clinical data shows that regular step-ups can rebuild these fibers to levels seen in individuals 15 to 20 years younger. A University of Sydney study followed 5,000 older adults and found that stair climbing lowered the risk of premature mortality and improved cardiovascular fitness by a full decade. The true magic lies in building functional strength. You lift your entire body weight against gravity, which forces your nervous system to strengthen neural pathways that typically deteriorate over time. This keeps your brain and muscle connection young. To do this correctly, place your foot on a bottom stair and push through your heel to lift yourself up. The most critical educational takeaway here is the lowering phase. Slowly lowering yourself back down triggers 40% more muscle protein synthesis than the lifting portion. You are literally rebuilding your muscles with stronger, youthful proteins. This exercise increases insulin sensitivity by 28%, making it a powerful tool for metabolic health. Using these large leg muscles also triggers a surge of essential hormones that preserve bone density and cognitive function. Let us transition to the next movement on our list, which happens to be something you can gently perform while lying right on your bedroom floor. Yet, from an educational standpoint, it is so effective that Olympic athletes utilize it to maintain peak physical condition. Number 3 is the floor bridge progression. The floor bridge is perhaps the most underestimated age-reversing exercise you can do in your home. Recent data from the Cleveland Clinic demonstrates that it activates more anti-aging pathways simultaneously than nearly any other movement. It specifically targets your entire posterior chain, the vital muscles running down the back of your body that hold you upright and allow you to move with youthful grace. When you lie flat on your back and lift your hips, you are not merely working your glute muscles. You are creating a perfect storm of structural and hormonal benefits. This includes essential spinal decompression, pelvic floor strengthening, deep core stabilization, and the full activation of the largest muscle in your body, the gluteus maximus. Educational research consistently shows that the strength of this specific muscle is the primary predictor of whether an individual will safely maintain their physical independence as they grow older. Furthermore, a clinical study published in the European Spine Journal found that individuals who performed bridge exercises over 12 weeks showed striking improvements in their spinal disc health, typically only seen in people 20 years their junior. Scans revealed increased disc hydration and height, effectively reversing years of dangerous spinal compression. To perform the basic bridge safely, always remember to listen to your body. Start by lying on your back with your knees bent at a 90-degree angle and your feet flat on the floor, hip-width apart. Press firmly through your heels and squeeze your glutes to gently lift your hips until your body forms a straight structural line from your knees to your shoulders. Here is the educational secret most people never learn. Holding this elevated position while taking deep, controlled breaths creates a specific intra-abdominal pressure. This pressure strengthens your deep core muscles and increases the natural production of human growth hormone by up to 180%, especially when held for 30 to 45 seconds. The progression that truly triggers an age-reversing response is the single-leg bridge. By extending one leg straight out while holding the position, you double the workload on your grounded leg and brilliantly activate the tiny stabilizer muscles throughout your hips that typically waste away with age. According to the National Institute on Aging, maintaining these crucial stabilizers can reduce your risk of falling by an astounding 42%. You can also safely explore variations, like placing a thick pillow between your knees and squeezing while bridging. This carefully activates the pelvic floor muscles that support your internal organs and helps prevent age-related issues that affect many older adults. The internal hormonal cascade triggered by this floor movement is remarkable. Researchers at the University of Copenhagen discovered that this exercise naturally increases the production of youth-preserving hormones like DHEA by up to 45% in adults over 50. Simultaneously, it reduces the negative stress hormone cortisol by 20%, creating the absolute optimal physiological environment for your cells to safely regenerate. Performing these first thing in the morning powerfully activates your posterior chain for the entire day, safely improving your posture and potentially reducing chronic lower back pain by up to 60%. Have you ever tried incorporating floor bridges into your daily routine, or is this movement completely new to you? Please drop a comment below and let me know your honest experience. I will be carefully reading and replying to your comments, so please share your thoughts down below before we move on. Now prepare to be amazed by our next movement. We are moving from the floor to our feet for an exercise that burns more calories than running while being completely safe for your aging joints. From an educational perspective, cardiovascular health is vital, but traditional running often destroys older knees and hips. Exercise number 2 is shadow boxing combinations. Shadow boxing in your living room might seem like you are just punching empty air, but sports scientists at UCLA discovered it triggers more comprehensive anti-aging adaptations than almost any other home exercise. This movement combines cardiovascular conditioning, neurological training, muscle activation, and stress hormone regulation into one powerful practice that literally reverses biological aging markers. When you throw punches in specific combinations while moving around your living space, you are forcefully activating both hemispheres of your brain simultaneously. Your body produces a powerful cocktail of anti-aging chemicals, including brain-derived neurotrophic factor. This specific factor increases by 250% during shadow boxing and literally grows new brain cells while protecting existing ones from age-related decline. The Australian Institute of Sport conducted a remarkable study where participants over 60 who shadowboxed for just 15 minutes 3 times per week showed reaction times 40% faster after 8 weeks. This is equivalent to the reflexes of people 15 years younger, while their balance scores improved by 33% and their cognitive processing speed increased by 28%. The beauty of shadowboxing for anti-aging lies in its unique combination of aerobic and anaerobic training. When you throw rapid punch combinations for 30 seconds, then move and recover for 30 seconds, you are training your metabolic system to switch efficiently between energy pathways. This educational concept is called metabolic flexibility, which typically disappears with age and is directly linked to longevity and disease resistance. The metabolic impact is extraordinary. A study from the Mayo Clinic found that 15 minutes of intense shadow boxing burns more calories than 30 minutes of jogging while being completely impact-free on your joints. Furthermore, the excess post-exercise oxygen consumption effect means you continue burning calories at an elevated rate for up to 24 hours afterward, giving you the metabolism of someone decades younger. To maximize these anti-aging benefits safely, start with a basic stance with feet shoulder-width apart and your non-dominant foot forward. Keep your knees slightly bent and fists up, protecting your face. Begin with simple jab and cross combinations, performing 10 to 15 of these while constantly moving your feet in small steps. This activates neural pathways that prevent the shuffling gait often associated with aging. The key progression involves adding complexity. After mastering the basic punches, add circular punches from the side and upward punches from below, creating 4 to 6 punch combinations. Researchers found that learning and practicing these complex movement patterns increases white matter integrity in the brain by 20%, literally reversing brain aging and improving cognitive function. The rotational component of punching is also crucial for anti-aging. Each punch involves rotating your core and hips, which maintains spinal mobility and strengthens the oblique muscles that support your spine. Studies show that rotational exercises can increase spinal rotation range of motion by 35% in just 6 weeks. Adding defensive movements like moving your head side to side and bending at the knees creates a full-body workout that improves spatial awareness by 45%. These are critical educational skills for preventing falls and maintaining independence as you age. Shadowboxing in front of a mirror allows you to monitor your form safely and creates visual feedback that enhances motor learning by 30%, setting you up perfectly for our final movement. Now prepare for the pinnacle of our list. Nothing compares to the anti-aging power of our #1 exercise. Studies show this specific movement can literally reverse cellular aging by over a decade. Number 1 is breath-powered bodyweight squats. The bodyweight squat performed with specific breathing patterns is the most powerful anti-aging exercise you can safely perform at home. From an educational perspective, the results are staggering. When researchers at Harvard Medical School analyzed samples from individuals performing this correctly, they found genetic expression patterns identical to people 12 years younger. Participants showed telomere lengthening equivalent to reversing 15 years of biological aging. The secret is not just the squat itself, but the revolutionary breathing pattern accompanying the physical movement. Synchronizing your breath with the motion triggers the activation of longevity genes like SIRT3. You flood your cells with oxygen and activate your parasympathetic nervous system, creating a perfect storm of anti-aging benefits. Always remember that while these results are scientifically documented, you should consult your healthcare provider before starting any new regimen. Consider a 2024 clinical study from Stanford University involving 3,000 participants. Researchers found that those who performed breath-powered squats for just 4 minutes daily showed improvements in every aging biomarker measured. Their mitochondrial function improved by 74%. Inflammatory markers dropped by 55%. Natural growth hormone increased by 300%. And cognitive function improved by 40%. Most remarkably, their DNA methylation patterns, the best measure of biological age, showed an average reversal of 9.5 years after just 12 weeks. The specific technique creating these miraculous results is precise. Start by standing with your feet slightly wider than shoulder width and your toes pointed outward. As you descend into the squat, you must inhale slowly through your nose for a count of 4. This expands your rib cage to maximum capacity, creating negative pressure in your thoracic cavity. Educationally speaking, this internal pressure gently massages your heart, improving cardiovascular function while strongly stimulating the vagus nerve. As you reach the bottom of the squat, with your thighs parallel to the floor, hold your breath for 2 seconds while maintaining full muscle tension. This deliberate pause creates a mild hypoxic stress that triggers erythropoietin production and increases red blood cell production, improving oxygen delivery to every single cell throughout your entire body. The physical ascent is where the cellular transformation truly happens. As you push securely through your heels to stand back up, exhale forcefully through pursed lips for a specific count of 6. This creates internal resistance that strengthens your essential respiratory muscles. The extended 6-second exhale activates your parasympathetic nervous system, reducing stress hormones and triggering the release of essential anti-aging compounds like nitric oxide and carbon dioxide, which improves overall cellular oxygen utilization. To completely maximize these clinical results, perform these specialized squats using a specific descending ladder protocol. Start with 10 breath-powered squats. Then rest for 30 seconds taking normal breaths. Then perform 9 squats, rest for 30 seconds, then 8, and consistently continue down to 1. Exercise scientists found that this specific metabolic stress increases the natural production of heat shock proteins by 400%. These vital proteins literally repair damaged cells and fiercely protect your body against aging at the molecular level. Advanced practitioners can add a youth activation pause at the bottom of every third squat by taking 3 quick nasal breaths before standing to activate master antioxidant regulators. The neurological and hormonal benefits of this combined movement are scientifically profound. The complex coordination of focused breathing with physical movement creates new neural pathways and increases brain-derived neurotrophic factor production by 280%. This strongly protects against cognitive decline and improves daily memory to youthful levels. Dedicated research from Tokyo University found that elderly participants who could not walk upstairs without physical assistance were able to climb 3 full flights of stairs after 8 weeks. Their comprehensive muscle biopsies revealed mitochondrial density perfectly matching people in their 40s, proving this exercise reverses cellular aging. For optimal physical results, perform these specific squats first thing in the morning, on an empty stomach, to heavily amplify the growth hormone response by 200% while setting your natural circadian rhythm. Practicing barefoot correctly activates the proprioceptors located in your feet, vastly improving balance and reducing dangerous fall risk by 58%. Your personal journey to successfully reverse biological aging starts right now in your very own home. These simple daily movements are scientifically proven tools you can access anytime without expensive gym memberships. The true fountain of youth is not found in a pill or a medical procedure. It is firmly located in these physical movements done consistently in your own space. Thank you for thoughtfully watching today. If this educational video opened your eyes to the true power of home exercise for naturally reversing aging, please hit that like button and actively subscribe to our channel for more science-backed health breakthroughs. Now that we have revealed the 5 most powerful anti-aging movements discovered by modern science, you might wonder how to safely integrate them into your daily life. The true fountain of youth is not in knowing these exercises, but in performing them consistently in your living space. Educationally speaking, random execution gives random results, but a structured routine transforms these movements into proven age-reversing medicines. As discussed, critical systems switch off as you age, leading to weakness. However, clinical trials confirm that when older adults perform these precise movements without gym equipment, dormant muscle fibers reactivate and nerve-to-muscle communication dramatically improves. Today, we will build your complete anti-aging routine that takes less than 30 minutes. Please remember, this information is strictly for educational purposes, and you must consult your personal physician before beginning any physical protocol. Your morning protocol should start first thing on an empty stomach with the breath-powered bodyweight squats. As learned from the Stanford study, performing these squats amplifies your natural growth hormone response by an astounding 200% when done before eating. Doing them barefoot activates the crucial proprioceptors in your feet, which researchers prove reduces fall risk by 58%. Follow the specific descending ladder protocol detailed earlier, starting with 10 repetitions down to 1, focusing heavily on the 4-second inhale and 6-second exhale. This deliberate morning breathing practice sets your natural circadian rhythm for optimal hormone production throughout the day. Immediately after squats, transition to the floor bridge progressions. Performing these in the morning safely activates your glutes for the entire day. This proactive muscle engagement improves posture and is clinically shown to reduce chronic lower back pain by up to 60%. Begin with 2 sets of 15 to 20 regular bridges, holding the top position for 2 seconds to create intra-abdominal pressure necessary for deep core stabilization. Combining squats and bridges floods your body with a massive surge of testosterone, growth hormone, and DHEA, while lowering the stress hormone cortisol. This creates the absolute optimal biological environment for cellular repair the moment you wake up. As we move into the afternoon, your biological temperature peaks, making it the perfect time for metabolic conditioning. This is when you perform step-ups on stairs and shadowboxing combinations. The timing of step-ups matters significantly, as afternoon performance reduces injury risk while maximizing strength gains. Complete 3 sets of 12 to 15 step-ups on each leg. Focus intensely on the controlled lowering phase, as this eccentric movement triggers 40% more muscle protein synthesis to rebuild fast-twitch fibers. Following this functional strength work, immediately transition into your cardiovascular conditioning with 15 minutes of shadow boxing. By doing these together, you actively train your metabolic system to switch efficiently between energy pathways, restoring metabolic flexibility linked to longevity. Start shadowboxing with 3 minutes of continuous moderate combinations, followed by 30 seconds of maximum speed punching. Repeating this for 4 to 5 rounds triggers mitochondrial biogenesis at rates 60% higher than steady-state cardio. Furthermore, combining heavy leg work with upper body rotational movements means you continue burning calories at an elevated rate for up to 24 hours. To optimize the muscle-building response that reverses age-related muscle loss, consume 20 to 30 grams of protein within an hour of completing this session. Finally, we reach your evening routine, dedicated entirely to sustained cellular regeneration and sleep optimization. 2 hours before bed, perform the wall sits. This timing is critical because the isometric contraction floods your body with growth hormone, and releasing this hormone before sleep helps perfectly optimize sleep quality. Since sleep is when most anti-aging processes occur, this strategic timing multiplies the benefits. Perform 3 to 4 wall sits, holding the position for 60 to 90 seconds each, with adequate rest between. Focus on deep nasal breathing during the hold to increase nitric oxide production, keeping blood vessels young and elastic. If you integrated the floor bridge into your evening instead of your morning, doing it right before bed wonderfully helps relax your hip flexors and further improves the deep sleep cycles required for cellular repair. The stretching and contracting motion of the evening bridge also maintains fascial elasticity, preventing the morning stiffness that often makes people look and feel older than they truly are. This is a vital educational point because maintaining the structural integrity of your connective tissue is just as important as building raw muscle strength when it comes to preserving a youthful appearance and fluid mobility. To safely implement this comprehensive protocol, you must not rush the educational process. Start with just one exercise today. Master the perfect technique over the next full week, ensuring your joints and muscles adapt safely to the new physical stimulus. Then, gradually add the other exercises, one by one, until you have successfully built your complete routine. You do not need to do every exercise every single day. For instance, the wall sits are optimally performed every other day to allow for vital cellular regeneration during your rest periods. Similarly, the step-ups and shadow boxing yield miraculous results when performed just 3 times per week. The ultimate goal is consistent, precise execution over a long period of time. By faithfully following this scientifically backed educational structure, you take proactive control of your biological age. You are literally rebuilding your entire body at the molecular level, replacing old damaged proteins with fresh youthful ones, and securely maintaining your physical independence for the rest of your life. As we conclude this educational journey, the most important lesson I want you to take away is that aging is no longer a passive decline you must simply accept. For decades, many believed that physical weakness was inevitable. However, the scientific evidence we explored today proves that the true fountain of youth is not found in expensive medical treatments, magic pills, or exhaustive workouts. Instead, your physical longevity depends entirely on how consistently you send the right biological signals to your dormant muscles and nervous system. These 5 home exercises are not merely physical movements. They are scientifically documented routines that empower you to safely take control of your biological clock. My professional advice is to avoid overwhelming yourself. Do not attempt to master all 5 movements at once. Choose just one specific exercise today, whether it is the wall sit or the breath-powered squat, and perform it safely in your living space. Please remember to consult your healthcare provider before beginning any new physical regimen to ensure it perfectly aligns with your personal medical needs. Consistency will always be your greatest ally in this longevity journey. Which of these 5 age-reversing exercises are you going to try first? Please share your choice in the comments below so our community can support your journey. If you found this educational breakdown valuable, please hit the like button and subscribe to our channel for more science-backed health breakthroughs. Thank you for watching.